first of all, that you need to have a good map if you're going to try and go anywhere. So when we set out to try and change behaviour in any sort, whether it's as commercial marketers or whether it's in sustainability, we need to start with some decent assumptions about how people are. And unfortunately, marketing, being a mid-20th century, mid-American set of practices, assumes that people are independent. And so I guess that's the key second point, that most of what our lives are about are other people and responding to other people. And this is something that marketers in general and marketers in the sustainability and conservation area are still failing to take advantage of. It's a really big deal. And the third and final piece, I guess, that I'm talking about today is something as simple as, if you know what kind of thing you're dealing with, you can start to learn from elsewhere. And part of the problem with any discipline, a narrow field like sustainability marketing, is it tends to learn from itself rather than from other places. If you were, let's say you were a drinks manufacturer, you would be an expert in drinks marketing techniques and practices, but you really need to start learning from other places. What can you learn, for example, from tech marketing? What are the kind of things that you might learn there? So it's the same here. As soon as you can ask a simpler question like, what kind of thing is this that I'm trying to change? What kind of strategies work to change this kind of behaviour? You're suddenly opening yourself to more innovative strategies than you might be otherwise. I think it's been really interesting. The last 10 years has been an explosion of social and behavioural science that has informed how I do what I do. So it's fascinating. It's an explosion out there, so there are other people to talk to about it. It's not just my dark secret that I spend reading these texts, but I have other people to talk to. But it also provides me with a much more grounded description of what the practice is for, and a much more confident approach to the practice. So just one simple example, we've been told for generations in the marketing communications world that people's attitudes need to change in order for their behaviour to change. And it's quite clear from any number of people, not least the late Andrew Ehrenberg, that our attitudes tend to change to fall in line with the behaviour changes that have just taken place. So we've got that entirely wrong. Having science as the basis of what we do seems to me to be incredibly powerful and helps us unpick some of the unhelpful stories we've told ourselves about how the world is. I think that we could really do a lot of things better than we currently do in how marketing practitioners and academics work together. That's not to say it's not better than it used to be. It used to be that marketing academics were a very narrow field, and there would be 6 people arguing about a very small detail. Now marketing science is populated with people from a number of different backgrounds, from for example, network theory or anthropology or social psychology or whatever, rather than just marketing. I think that's really healthy. And the more we can get those kind of academic insights into marketing, the better, really, rather than just see it as a very narrow field of marketing science alone. So the more we can do, the better, really. And it's just the beginning. There are things that I value greatly, which is the ability to have conversations with people and to try and test the ideas that I might have about how things work against what the academic literature in a number of fields suggests. And there isn't a right answer, but it's far better to have empirical support for what you do for testing your ideas than otherwise. And too much of the superstructure, for example, of the digital world and social media marketing is based on complete fingers in the air, stroke prejudice, depending which way you look at it. So I would like to see much more of it, please.